The term trade war is something we heard a lot during the Trump administration, but not so much lately. The notion of it, however, is back again with a commodity that's very near and dear to my heart. Last week, the White House announced that it would be placing a 17.99% tariff on Canadian softwood lumber producer imports, up from the 8.99% rate that has been set previously. It's estimated that the U.S. imports approximately $4.5 billion worth of Canadian softwood lumber annually compared to the $380 million it exports. Both sides of the announcement have responded about as you'd expect. American producers are happy with the higher tariffs since it will make Canadian lumber less competitive. Canada's international trade community argues that it will unfairly hurt industry workers and businesses. In the end, as is the case with any tariff, it's the end consumer that will ultimately pay the price. Home building can be expected to become more expensive, along with just about any home improvement project that requires wood products. Higher prices, of course, generally impact economic progress over time, but we're not necessarily here to talk about that. Instead, I want to discuss the weekly risk signals, not just for the lumber gold signal, but all of them, and the story that they're collectively telling. As expected, the tariffs are resulting in higher lumber prices. Since the tariff was announced, the price of a single lumber contract has gone from around $790 to $915. To be fair, some of that increase was due to the bi-monthly futures contract rollover, but the implication is clear. Lumber prices today are much higher today than they were a week ago. That also puts the current price at its highest level since mid-June, when prices came crashing back to earth following their recent rally. I use lumber prices, of course, as a measure of economic health. Lumber is a play on the housing market. Housing is a play on the economy. If lumber prices are rising, that should generally be an indication that the economy is doing well. The economy has certainly been in recovery mode since last year, and with the activity in the housing market looking brisk, it makes sense that lumber prices have been on the rise. The spectacular bubble and crash that started around a year ago was more a function of temporary conditions and a supply-demand imbalance created by supply chain disruptions as well as COVID restrictions. Lumber prices have been very volatile, but the fact that they are higher today than they were during the COVID recession seems intuitively correct. The futures market, however, sees a slowing market in the future where prices are likely to come back down. Like this video and want to learn more? Check out the full analysis of this subject and anticipate stock market corrections and volatility using award-winning research. Sign up at www.leadlagreport.com and join the Lead Lag Report for 2 weeks free and 30% off with promo code YouTube30.